If you look to the screen, there it is right there. Gestures for 2025. We're not talking about this stuff as Dave so eloquently phrased it. We're talking about extensions of yourself, gestures in a more meaningful way. Now, just what are they? Well, they can be all sorts of things. We've discussed pay it forward. We've discussed doing other things, but I think there are things that are even more personal. And I want to tell a story. Yes, a story. I like stories. And this took place on January 31st in Fort Myers, Florida. 31st was the day before I was coming back from Florida. And one of the things my wife really likes is a sandwich they make at the Publix in Florida. It's called a Cuban sandwich. It's about $6. And I always bring one back for her. It's a nothing deal, but my wife, she says she likes it, and it's an interesting sandwich. So I spent a day looking for a Cuban sandwich in the Publix. And I finally found one. And I had to go back and get some money. I had a bunch of change because when you're traveling like this, you get change. Nobody uses change anymore. So I got to get rid of it. And I'm going to go buy that sandwich with the change. So I go down to the Publix and I pick up the sandwich and I go over to the counter. You can't go to the self-service one because you've got change. In this case, $6 plus tax. So I go over to an aisle that is manned by two people. One's checkout and the other one is a Hispanic who is going to bag my sandwich. So I start counting change out of my bag. And I got up to about $4 in quarters, and I could see this wasn't going well. So I said, excuse me, I'll go over here and count out the change and I'll be back and we'll make this go easily. In the meantime, somebody came in with a big cart. By then I had gotten most of my change and I started stacking it up here. And she says, I'll take care of you right away. I said, no, I can wait. That's not a problem. She says, no, we'll take care of you right away. So I get over there and I'm now down to the pennies, nickels, and dimes. And something's happening. And I'm not picking up on this. And they say, no, just take the sandwich. No, I got money here. Not a problem. I got money. And the Hispanic lady on the end who's doing the bagging speaks no English. She gets her credit card out. She says, I want to pay for your sandwich. She doesn't tell me. She tells the checkout lady. I said, no, I got money. It's not a problem. They want me to take my sandwich. Okay, so I give her the bag. I said, there's enough money to take care of this. And head out. And I get about halfway towards the door and I think, what has just happened to me? I'm so stupid that I haven't picked up on it. One of two things has happened. Either they just want me to get out of there over this $6 sandwich, or they think I'm a homeless person. And quite frankly, I came to the conclusion it was the latter of the two. So I'm thinking, what? This is crazy. So I pulled a $20 bill out of my pocket. I went back and gave it to the lady. She says, oh, no. I said, no, that was a gift from the heart, and left. Now, I thought about that. I don't know what her reaction was. And I like to think of the purity of the thought as opposed to get out of here, you're in our way. And I really think that's what happened. But it was an incredible adventure for me that I was able to experience a gift from someone else that I knew no one. I did not know her, never saw her again or anything like that. So in the spirit of what Nee was talking about and the future of this year, 2025, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, is that let's go out and explore those opportunities. They're out there. And I'm not talking about paying something forward, which is fine. That works out well. But let's go out and look for opportunities where we can interact with people. It's a personal thing. It's almost like you touched them. You touched them, in this case, intellectually, emotionally, and maybe physically. And how do you do that? Do you go wandering around like somebody in the forest looking for an opportunity to do something? Or you just open up your eyes and start listening? You know, there's different ways of listening. But when you truly listen to somebody, interact with them, it's an entirely different conversation. And in a way, they touch you and you touch them. Now, many in the room have been part of this program, sending dollars to Florida. Chrissy sent me $1. The rest of you know mine sent me nothing. Dave sent me 1200s. Interesting enough, all with the same serial number. But that's a gesture. It's a kind of a different kind of gesture. And I'm talking about more serious gestures. But if somebody hadn't cared to do it, it wouldn't have gotten done. So your challenge for 25 starts today. Find something you can interact with. Find someone you can interact with. Give them all the change you got. Mr. Toastmaster.